It seems like the special program version 3.6 is coming soon. Yes, the new character we've been waiting for, Evernight, will finally be released globally in the coming weeks. It would be fun to discuss this character again. I've talked about this character before, but it's still fun to talk about and make a special list of the best characters for this character's teammates. I'm sure many people are asking about this in the comments. So, my name is Hoyostation and let's get started. Let's do this. Do you have a character or weapon in the game that you really want but you don't have enough stellar jades? Here's a smarter way to recharge your favorite games like Genshin Impact and honkaistarrail. Look no further than Lootbar. Lootbar is the most reliable top-up platform. It saves up to 23% for all orders compared with the official channel, and it provides an 80% off for your first purchase. It's 100% safe as you will only be using your UID. We will buy pack for 3000 stellar jades for $42, which otherwise would have costed $50. Totally saving $7.5. We received the crystals we purchased in the less than 3 minutes. All recharges will be done through the official channel with miHoyo, which allows you to enjoy all top-up offers. Ready to level up your gaming experience? Check the link in the description to get the amazing discount. Okay, first we will start with Tier E. Tier E is the lowest tier. It's made so you can immediately know which characters are not suitable for Evernight. I don't recommend pairing any of the characters on this tier with Evernight on the same team. Evernight and the characters in this tier will not help at all. In fact, they will actually make things worse. This will reduce the damage output generated. Please don't do it. Let's move on to Tier D. All the characters in Tier D don't benefit from Evernight'S kit, or they benefit very little from it. I'm going to describe the 3 characters in this game who are focused on preservation: Danheng, Venturin, and Gepard. You can still use these 3 characters, but they have no benefit at all. On the other hand, March 7th, Hanya, Yukong, and Asta are characters that can be used in emergencies if you don't have other characters or if you're new to the game. Some of those characters still have useful buffs. For example, Hanya, who can provide additional skill points, Yukong with her critical damage increase buff, Asta with her speed buff, and so on. Then what about hsrguide? To be honest, most of the kits hsrguide has are not compatible with Evernight. Evernight could be a hyper carry character, but Evernight scales with HP, so hsrguide's attack buff will not work well. Even so, there are still some buffs that can be used, such as increased speed, increased skill damage, and additional damage to enemies for characters that have received military merit. Next, we will talk about Tier C. The characters in this tier are pretty good, guys. It's not a big deal, but it's still usable. Let's take a look at this tier. There are several characters that can be paired with Evernight. For example, Natasha and Bailu are both sustain or healer characters. These 2 characters are good for new players who don't have many better characters to choose from. These 2 characters are basic sustains, but they still help a little. The next lineup here includes Bronya, Sparkle, and Tingyun. These 3 characters are support characters that can be paired with Evernight. Bronya and Sparkle can provide action advance and increased critical damage for Evernight. While it's not as powerful as Sunday's skill, it's still quite good. Sparkle's bonus skill points are also helpful, especially if you have Hyacinth as your sustain, as you will need a lot of extra skill points. What about Tingyun? Tingyun's attack buff can be used because of the scaling differences, but her ultimate is still useful, guys. Her effect is similar to Sunday's, which can give additional energy to teammates. This kit will absolutely be very helpful for Evernight, who has a lot of energy. Oh yeah, I'm including some characters here who are still okay to pair up, even though they're not the best. I mentioned a few of these characters earlier, like Jiaochu, who can increase the damage enemies take through his zone, Jade, who can help increase the speed of those receiving the Death Collector buff, and Jingliu, who can reduce the total HP of allies on the team, which will naturally provide an additional 4 Memoria for Evernight. Additionally, Jingliu and Evernight are both ice types, which is useful when fighting enemies with that weakness. We've reached the next level, Tier B. Characters in this tier have pretty good effects and can slightly improve Evernight'S performance. It's not perfect, of course, but the characters in this tier are much better than the characters in the previous tier. Let's look at Robin. Robin has a kit that increases attack for all characters, but it's not good for Evernight'S kit. Robin also has other buffs that can still be used. Some of these include increased damage dealt from skill, increased critical damage for all allies from talents, and if you have Robin with Eidolon 1, she can provide 24% all-type resistance penetration to all allies when activating her ultimate. Some of these buffs can be used by many DPS characters, including Evernight. Anyway, we can also use Silverwolf with Evernight beside Robin. Silverwolf has a very useful debuff kit that can reduce all enemies' defense and provide weakness implants that will definitely be useful for Evernight. Apart from those two characters, all the others in this tier are sustained characters that Evernight really needs. This is because Evernight uses up a lot of HP when using her kit. Some of the best characters include Lynx, who can heal and increase the team's maximum HP, Gallagher, known for his positive SP, Luocha, who can continuously restore HP, Fushuan, who can protect the team while increasing the critical rate, Lingsha, who can regularly heals, and Huahuo, known for her ability to provide extra energy. You can use all the sustain available at this tier, and it works well with Evernight. Even though some of these characters are not perfect, you can still use them. And we've reached Tier A, which has characters that are likely to be paired with Evernight. The first is Sunday. Sunday is a very universal support, but he has advantages when paired with characters who have summons or memo sprites. This is because certain kits, such as Benison of Vapor and Rites, can be used to its full potential. Sunday also can give Evernight extra energy, which is useful because she has a high energy capacity. So why didn't I put Sunday in the S tier? Sunday's kit is a decent combination with Evernight, but Sunday's kit has some weaknesses when paired with Evernight. It's a remembrance character that is a little different from the other remembrance characters. Evernight will regularly explode her own memo sprites when she has 16 Memoria. This means that Sunday's buff called Benison of Paper and Rites, as well as Ode to Chaos and Cicatrix, must be applied repeatedly to Evernight and Eevee for their kits to function well. If the timing is off, Evernight will lose potential damage because Eevee won't have the buff from Sunday. I'm also including Cypher and Runmei in this tier. In addition to Sunday, Cypher has a very versatile kit that can be used with a wide variety of DPS. No matter their scaling, the more damage she deals, the more damage Cypher's ultimate will produce. Cypher has abilities that can apply debuffs to all enemies, which indirectly increases the damage output of Evernight itself. Also, Cypher's debuffs are much better than Silverwolf's. The debuffs she uses are passive and will stay active during the whole battle. Runmei is next. Why did I place this character in Tier 8? Runmei and Evernight have the same attribute, but Runmei's entire kit can be considered very versatile. Robin's buffs are focused on attack scaling, but Runmei can provide a wide variety of buffs that benefits all characters. These include increased speed, increased damage, increased weakness break efficiency, all type resistant penetration, and if you have Eidolon 1, all attacks generated by all allies will ignore 20% of the enemy's defense. It's interesting, isn't it? We've finally reached the last part of the video. In this part, we will talk about the best characters that can be paired with Evernight. Honestly, I'm sure you all knew this character list would be the best one this time, didn't you? This information must have become common knowledge since the Evernight'S arrival was announced a few months ago. But that's okay, we can talk about it here. In the S tier, I've placed some characters that you will definitely notice. There's Tribi, RMC, Casrace, and also Hyacinth. These four characters are very ideal and can be considered the best characters for the Evernight team. Tribi can provide all type resistant penetration in the skill section, increase the damage received by enemies, and most importantly, Tribi has a true damage buff if you have her Eidolon 1. which will undoubtedly be very beneficial for the Evernight team. Also, Triby's damage is really good, guys. As a Harmony character, the damage she deals is already more than normal for a Harmony character. Even when you look at some of DPS characters in the game, she does more damage than them. Isn't that interesting? After Triby, we went to Castris. Castris' kit depends on the total HP of all team members. The more HP your team members have, the better Castris' kit will work. Evernight, which scales with HP, will be a great fit for Castris. Evernight'S kit can reduce HP and heal herself, which will help Castris get faster so she can trigger her ultimate. The last character I have to discuss here is Hyacinth. I highly recommend choosing Hyacinth if you want to maximize Evernight's kit. Hyacinth can increase the HP of all allies, which means Evernight will also increase the damage she deals. Also, the damage she causes is very serious. She could even be called a secondary DPS on your team. She can restore HP and deal a lot of damage. Oh yeah, I also highly recommend you get her signature lightcon called Long May Rainbows Adorn the Sky. I even put this lightcon in the same group as Evernight'S signature lightcon. Why? This lightcon can reduce the HP of all teammates, including Memo Sprites, when the user uses basic attack, skill, or ultimate. So, whenever Hyacinth gets a turn, Evernight instantly gets 5 Memoria. This effect isn't cheap, guys. Memoria is increasing rapidly, so Evernight can certainly trigger her strongest ability, Dream Dissolving SD, frequently. This will deal massive damage. Okay guys, that's all for now. What do you think about Evernight? Do you want to pull her in the next version? Please leave any comments down below, and don't forget to check out my other videos because they are just as cool. Thanks for watching, stay safe, stay healthy, and see you in the next video.